Hi folks, I'm Leanne and welcome to Print and Polish. This is where I do my nails and talk about a book that I read. Keep in mind I'm just learning how to do nail art, so they might turn out, they might not. There is so much to unpack in this next book, so let's get started. My Sweet Audrina is a book published by V.C.Andrews in 1982 and it's 416 pages. I learned that it's actually the only standalone book that the author published during her lifetime. There's many books that have been published after her death through a ghostwriter, but that's besides the point of this episode. In this book, we follow Audrina Adair. She's just a kid, 7 years old, and we follow her as she grows up. So why is this intriguing? Well, she has serious gaps in her memory. Time for her as a young girl jumps from here to there in a blink of an eye. She can't keep track until she starts a journal, and those daily writings help her keep track of the days and put her onto the path of becoming a so-called normal, which is overrated, by the way. Now, this is a tall order for her. Her dad, Damien, keeps her so isolated, and he's constantly comparing her to her dead older sister, who is also called Audrina. Like, who could deal with that? Audrina, apparently, because despite Damien making her sit in this rocking chair to absorb the first Audrina's memories and sort of the life force, Audrina manages to expand her world little bit by little bit. As she does, her dad, her unloving aunt, and her bully of a cousin Vera constantly throw up even more challenges for her. Vera in particular tries to make Audrina's life hell in 100 different ways. From being verbally abusive, to making fun of Audrina's memory loss, to outright accusing Audrina of causing more of Vera's bones to break. Vera has brittle bone disease, so broken bones are really frequent for her. Basically, Vera's goal is to take everything that Audrina loves and destroy it. She doesn't really seem picky about how she goes about that, though. Audrina's mother, Lucietta, she gets pregnant, but she tragically dies during childbirth. The baby, though, Sylvia, she survives, but she has severe challenges. She's not able to communicate. She can't take care of herself at all. Damien puts Audrina, still a kid, in charge of the vast majority of Sylvia's care, with the exception of the time that she's in school. So as she grows up, Audrina gets back out in the world. She goes to school. She makes friends despite the fact that Damien is still super protective and controlling. Eventually, she ends up eloping with her childhood sweetheart, Arden. You would think that at this point the dramatics would calm down, but nope, definitely not. Damien manipulates Arden and apprentices him at his work and pretty much works him to the bone, while he and Audrina live in Damien's home and Audrina still takes care of Sylvia. During all of this, Vera returns and she creates even more havoc. Elspeth, Audrina's aunt, dies because she fell down the stairs, as does Arden's mother, who had struck up a romance with Damien, and no one knows what causes these falls. Audrina kind of thinks that it's Sylvia's fault, but it's neither confirmed nor denied until Audrina herself falls down the stairs too. She ends up in a coma, and Vera takes advantage of the situation to get her claws right into Arden. Naturally, she tries to get Arden to leave Audrina. There's a lot that happens after Audrina wakes up from her coma, and I would love to go over it, but it would kind of spoil the ending. Just know that Audrina finally learns the mystery behind her sister, the first Audrina. She reclaims her marriage, her life, and her memories. My Sweet Audrina gets 3 out of 5 stars. Yes, I've read it here and there, and it's probably one I'll read again when I run out of things to read or the mood strikes, but it is an easy read. It's not overly complicated. There's a pretty obvious formula to V.C.Andrews books, so if you've read other V.C.Andrews books or entire series, you can probably figure out the general idea of what happens. So that's it for today, folks. Thanks so much for joining in. Links to the book and nail products are below. If you think of a book that you'd like me to read or a nail design you want me to try, please let me know. Just be aware that the nail designs likely won't turn out. And if you'd like something a little bit different, check out my other playlists where I read classic books like The Count of Monte Cristo. Thanks again and have a great day. I'll see you later.